What's going on, y'all? I want to show you the Retro Mix Legends from PreSonus. This is 3 new console emulations that goes in the mix effects slot in Studio One. I feel like this is overdue. I really wanted some new mix effects to come with Studio One 5 when it was released, but I'm glad we have them now, so let's take a look at them. So we have 3 different ones: Alpine Desk, Brick Console, and Porta Cassette. The Alpine Desk is obviously a emulation of an API console. And just to further confirm that, if you look at the fat channel, the Alpine 550 EQ there, you can see has the same logo is on the Alpine Desk here. And also we have this 1-to-1 to 3-to-1 transformer switch that you also see on the API 512V and the API 312 preamps. So I'm using the 3 of these on this mix, and I have the Alpine Desk on the lead vocals, the Brick Console I have on the master bus, and the Porta Cassette I have on the vocals on the hook here. So let's go over the controls, and then of course we will listen to them. So just like all of the mix effects plugins, you've got drive, boost, noise gate, and crosstalk. That's all pretty standard. Here with the Alpine Desk, like I said, we've got the 1-to-1 to 3-to-1 ratio button, which in my opinion 1-to-1 is cleaner, while the 3-to-1 sounds a little warmer and rolls off a little bit of the high end. You got your character and master for the volume. One cool thing I've noticed here is the serial number 0001. We can change that. We'll just put in some numbers here to reflect any serial number that we want, which is nice. All right, Brick Console. So I think when a lot of people hear British, they think of Neve, but I think this one is actually an SSL. And one main reason I say that is because this harmonics, second to third order harmonics, if you look at the SSL VHD preamps, they have that same second to third order harmonics knob there. So with this one, along with the standard controls, we have 3 different styles here: vintage, which rolls off a little of the top end; super, which is cleaner; and then modern, which allows for you to go between second and third order harmonics. And then lastly, we have the Porta Cassette, which is based off a 4-deck cassette tape or cassette deck. And it has the standard controls as well, but on this one, the drive is going to change the tone here. And we also have a pitch control here, which can make for some interesting effects. All right, so let's get into how these sound. So again, I've got the Alpine Desk on the vocals, Porta Cassette on the hook, Brick Console on the main bus. I'm going to bypass the Brick Console, and let's start with the Alpine Desk on these vocals. And with most of these mix effects, I can crank the drive up to 18 and start to get some distortion, but this one isn't distorting here, even though I've got it boosted all the way up. When I do hit this boost, it does start to distort then, but I'm really surprised that for these vocals I can crank this up to 18 and not have it distort. As well as you can see, my character is set to 10 as well, so really cranking to drive the harmonics here with the Alpine Desk. But let's take a listen. So this is the vocals with the Alpine Desk.
We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go.
And this is with it bypassed.
We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go.
Okay, so that was with the 1-to-1, and so what I'm hearing between those two, I feel that going through the Alpine Desk just make the vocal sounds a little cleaner. It cleans up a little of the low mids there. Let's switch over to the 3-to-1, and I'll start with it out and then bring it in. I'll try to do some quick A/B comparisons here, but I've been getting a loud jump in level when I do that, but we're going to give it a shot here. But this is without it, and I'm going to bring it in on the 3-to-1 transformer.
We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go. Pain is a pleasure.
All right, so that 3-to-1 is getting a little more color in my opinion. Let's play it and let's switch between the 1-to-1 and 3-to-1.
We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go. Pain is a pleasure. I return to.
Okay, so flipping back and forth, I feel like it's really subtle. I don't hear much of a difference just flipping back and forth, but I feel like I hear more of a difference if I stop it, switch it, and start it again. But that is the Alpine desk. Let's move to, let's back this up to a little different spot here. Okay, so the Brit console, let's start with it. Let's go to vintage and let's flip through these vintage, super, and then we'll mess with the harmonics in the modern mode. This one, because it's on the master bus here, I got the drive set to 0, characters at 2.5. Let's take a listen to it.
Never forever, always short-lived, only consistent. We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go. Pain is a pleasure. I return to hustle away my heart, and I am the one to lose. Never forever, always short-lived, only consistent. We're just giving me a bit, serving small doses of your love to keep me stuck, starving without enough. Keep me at arm's length, never hold me close. Feels like a robbery. You take my love and you go. Pain is a pleasure. I return to hustle away my heart, and I am the one to lose. Not ready for me. You just ain't tried to make it work, but okay.
Okay, so here with the Brit console, the vintage definitely sounds warmer, a little less high end. I really like the super on this. Moving between the second and third harmonics feels really subtle to me. I'm not getting a huge difference between going through those two. But between these, I really like the super here on the master bus. We'll switch back to super and let's go to the hook here and let's take a look at the Porta cassette. So this is with it on.
Guess we'll never know where we could go. We never really defined between you and I only get the pieces of you. Guess we'll never know where we could go. We never really defined between you and I only get the pieces of you.
So you can hear the character, turning up the character really rolls off more and more high end there. Well, let's set that back to 1 and let's take a look at the pitch control now.
Guess we'll never know where we could go. We never really defined in between you and I only get the pieces of you. Guess we'll never know where we could go. We never really defined in between you and I only get the pieces of you.
So the pitch control can make for some interesting effects, especially if you think about automation and automating some of this. You can really get some cool effects with it. So there's a look at the Alpine Desk Brick console and Porta cassette here in the new Retro Mix Legends by PreSonus. This bundle is $79.95. If you have Sphere, of course, it is included. You don't have to pay anything extra. Just go into your Sphere account and download it. But let me know what you think. Have you been using them? What do you think of these examples that I showed them on here? Any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I want to invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, where we discuss pro audio and beyond. We discuss everything from recording to gear to the music business. So if you're an audio engineer, songwriter, recording artist, music producer, this podcast is for you. We recently started season 2, and we're going to have a lot of listener questions on this season, as well as some really cool guests that's lined up and giveaways as well. So if you've already subscribed and followed the podcast, thank you. If you haven't, it's available on all platforms, and I encourage you to check it out. Also, rate it and review it and let us know what you think.